There seems to be speculation that the only reason Mark Anderson was on the Golden Bachelorette is so that he would be the next Golden Bachelor. Fans did not really understand why he was kept on the show so long. However, he did get eliminated for the lack of connection. Keep reading to find out more. Fans fall in love with Mark Anderson. Fans immediately fell in love with Mark Anderson when they saw him on Joey Grazietti's season of The Bachelor. Joey had taken Kelsey to the hometown dates. This is when fans met Mark. He is Kelsey's father. Viewers loved him after he shared the story of his late wife. They were together for 18 years before she passed. She was diagnosed with cancer. Kelsey revealed that she died only 2 months after being diagnosed. Mark then decided it was time for him to move on. So did the rest of his family. Kelsey has been supportive of the entire journey. Was he planted to be the next Golden Bachelor? There has been a lot of speculation that Mark Anderson was only on the show so that he could be the next Golden Bachelor. How it works is someone from the previous season is chosen to be the next lead role. So, in order for him to be in control, Mark would have had to be on the Golden Bachelorette. Mark did not have much of a connection with Joan. Fans felt as though he was not ready to open up fully with her. Maybe this is because he already knew the plan. Joan and Mark had one final date. However, she did not feel the connection. Before the rose ceremony, she went to talk to Mark to let him know how she was feeling. Mark understood and left the show. It seems as though it is possible Mark was only on the show to be the next leading role. However, fans would love to see that happen. However, some fans feel as though he still is not ready to move on, which may be the case. The next Golden Bachelor has not yet been announced, so fans will have to wait and see if their speculations were right. What do you think? Do you think he was just planted on the show for that reason? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts. In the ever-evolving landscape of reality television, the Bachelor franchise continues to captivate audiences with its high-stakes romantic drama and unexpected twists. But with its latest spin-off, The Golden Bachelor, the show has taken a bold new direction by focusing on mature love, featuring older contestants looking for their second chance at romance. The star of the season, Jerry Turner, has captured hearts. But recent rumors swirling around a specific contestant, Mark Anderson, have viewers questioning whether his presence on the show is entirely authentic. Was Mark Anderson planted by producers to be the next Golden Bachelor? As these whispers circulate, fans are left to wonder whether Mark's journey to find love is genuine or if he's being set up as the next lead in a franchise that thrives on keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Could it be that Mark Anderson was brought in not as a sincere contestant, but as a calculated move to set up the next season's leading man? Who is Mark Anderson? Mark Anderson, a 62-year-old retired architect with salt and pepper hair and a natural charm, made quite an impression the moment he stepped out of the limo to meet Jerry Turner. With his confident smile and eloquent words, Mark quickly became a fan favorite, showcasing the kind of depth and sophistication that the Golden Bachelor viewers had been hoping to see in this more mature iteration of the show. But as the season unfolded, fans began to notice something different about Mark. His interactions with Jerry seemed more strategic than romantic, and there was a noticeable lack of sparks compared to Jerry's other relationships. Some viewers took to social media to suggest that Mark wasn't there for love at all. Instead, they speculated that he had been planted by producers, not as a genuine contestant, but as the franchise's next leading man. A calculated move by producers. The Bachelor franchise is no stranger to long-term planning and crafting storylines that keep audiences invested beyond just one season. The idea of grooming a future lead from the pool of current contestants is a tried-and-true strategy. The allure of a familiar face taking on the role of the next Bachelor or Bachelorette adds excitement, anticipation, and a sense of continuity. His charisma, backstory, and strong on-screen presence have made him a prime candidate for this kind of setup. He possesses all the qualities that the franchise typically looks for in a leading man: charm, good looks, and a compelling personal narrative. As a widower who spent years raising his children, Mark's story resonates with the themes of second chances and finding love later in life. Exactly the kind of emotional arc that the Golden Bachelor is built on. Some fans have pointed out that Mark's limited romantic connection with Jerry could be intentional, allowing him to maintain a level of emotional distance that would make him more appealing as a future bachelor rather than a committed contestant. By keeping his relationships on the show more platonic and understated, he remains an intriguing figure without becoming too attached to anyone, leaving the door open for him to be the center of attention in the next season. The clues. Is Mark Anderson playing the long game? There are several subtle clues that suggest Mark Anderson may have been planted with the intention of setting him up for a future role as the Golden Bachelor. Firstly, Mark's narrative arc on the show seems carefully crafted. While other contestants have leaned into the emotional vulnerability of finding love again after loss or heartbreak, Mark has remained relatively guarded. His story is compelling, but it feels somewhat incomplete, as if it's being saved for something bigger down the line. Secondly, his rapport with the other contestants, and even with host Jesse Palmer, feels more natural than his romantic interactions with Jerry. In group settings, Mark has been depicted as a natural leader and confident, often offering advice and support to others in the house. This is a hallmark trait of former contestants who have gone on to lead their own seasons. Think of how former bachelors like Sean Lowe or Ben Higgins were portrayed as the wise, dependable friend before stepping into the spotlight themselves. Moreover, producers of the Bachelor franchise are known for carefully selecting contestants who can generate storylines beyond just their time on the show. In the case of Mark, his presence feels less about his romantic potential with Jerry and more about his broader appeal to the audience. Fans have noticed that he often gets camera time even when the focus isn't on his romantic journey, indicating that producers might be subtly positioning him as a future star. The franchise's history of planting future leads. The idea that Mark Anderson could have been planted isn't far-fetched, given the Bachelor franchise's history. Time and time again, we've seen contestants whose stories are carefully groomed to transition into leading. The Bachelor franchise thrives on drama, anticipation, and keeping viewers guessing. Whether Mark's journey ends in love with Jerry Turner or leads him to take center stage in his own season, one thing is certain: audiences will be watching, captivated by the unfolding drama and the ever-present question: was Mark Anderson always meant to be the Golden Bachelor?